Hi. Have you noticed that everyone seems angrier lately? Not just annoyed in traffic angry. I'm talking, I hope your entire bloodline suffers because you like pineapple on pizza angry. Well, here's the thing. You're not imagining it. It's not a vibe, and it's not just politics. It's economics. Anger is profitable. Contempt is profitable. Driving us away from the middle is profitable. And whether we're talking about news, politics, influencers, or algorithms that literally decide what you see, you are being nudged towards the edge. But today I want to talk about something different. How we get back to the middle. Not by agreeing on everything, but by restoring dignity. I recently went to a conference and the keynote speaker was from the Dignity.us movement. He talked about how dignity is an actual measurable thing with an 8-point scale, which I will get to in a few minutes. And here's also the mistake we've all made. We think division comes from the issues themselves. Guns, immigration, schools, healthcare, taxes, Taylor Swift, whatever. But the research says something different. It's not what we disagree about that's tearing us apart. It's how we behave when we disagree. When disagreement becomes contempt, everything breaks. Contempt is the belief that the other side isn't just wrong, they are less than. Stupid, dangerous, evil, un-American, unworthy. And contempt language is everywhere. Because it spreads faster, it gets more clicks, and keeps us enraged enough to stay engaged. Meanwhile, the middle, the place where people actually listen, think, and collaborate, has been turned into a punchline. So let's get back to dignity. What is it? Well, Dignity.us defines it as the way of treating people that recognizes their human worth, even when you completely disagree with their ideas. And they built something called the Dignity Index, an 8-point scale that ranks language from toxic contempt to high dignity. Basically, level 1 through 4 contempt, level 5 through 8 is dignity. And let me talk about some of those levels and simplify some of them for you. Level 1, you are the enemy. Language that dehumanizes the other side and calls them evil. Level 4, mocking or dismissive. Sarcasm, eye-rolling, snark bombs. 5, respectful disagreement. You're wrong, but you're still a human that I respect. And level 8, cooperative dignity. Even in conflict, you treat the person with full humanity. Now imagine if political debates, cable news, Twitter, and even family dinners were scored this way. We spend most of our time as a country between level 1 and level 3. But the middle, the place where dignity lives, that's in the 5-7 range. This is why we feel like the world is on fire. We are not disagreeing more, we're disagreeing with more contempt. Let's address the obvious critique you're about to say. Well, Brad, if we start being dignified with each other, aren't we just rolling over and abandoning our beliefs? No, absolutely not. Dignity isn't soft, it's not passive, and it doesn't mean you're agreeing with them. It doesn't mean surrendering to them. Dignity is the opposite of manipulation. It's the antidote of dividing and profiting. Contempt shuts down your brain. Dignity opens it up. One leads to violence, and one leads to progress. Dignity is a strategy. It's how adults solve problems. It's how communities survive, and it's how we actually fix things. And here's the kicker. Dignity brings us back to the middle, not by meeting halfway, but by meeting human to human. Dignity.us gives us some simple tools anyone can use. 1, name the contempt. When you see "those people are evil" rhetoric, label it. Not with more contempt, but with awareness. Ah, that's a level 2. And that's designed to make me angry. 2, ask a dignity question. A big one they use is, what's the human value underneath their argument? You don't have to agree with it. You just have to see the human under the headline. 3, use a dignity phrase. And some of these are pretty brilliant. 1, I hear what matters to you. Or I see why that issue is important to you. Or I disagree, but I respect the intention behind what you're saying. Or tell me more about that. None of these phrases surrenders your position. They just de-weaponize the conversation. 4, reward dignity when you see it. Algorithms reward outrage because we reward outrage. But if people start boosting dignified conversations, if people start praising leaders who stay in the level 6, 7, if people start showing up for the middle, the system will follow the incentive. So here's the truth. We're not as divided as they want us to be. Most of us live in the middle. We're just being pulled away from it on purpose. The middle isn't weak, it isn't boring, and it isn't both sides nonsense. The middle is dignity. It's where we fight for solutions, not for clicks. It's where we talk to each other, not at each other. It's where we remember that the person on the other side is still a person. We can get back there. We just have to practice it. And today, that's the challenge. Pick one conversation online or in real life. Maybe wait for Thanksgiving and aim for level 6 and see what happens. Because division may be designed, but dignity can be designed too. Take care.